Welcome to Barb's Craft Room. And today we are going to do 3 cards. They are step-up cards. So you have a basic card, stepped up a little bit, and then stepped up again. Follow along with me as I work in the catalog to create very simple cards. What you're going to need is some white cardstock, some black cardstock, some red cardstock, whatever your choice of red is, and some black for the stamping. I also have the ladybug punch, and I'm going to use Poppy Parade ink, Coastal Cabana ink, and Lemon Lime Twist ink. So let's get started. All right, the first card is just very simple. It's just a plain card, and in this case, I'm going to swap that. I'm going to use half of an 8.5 by 11. This is 5 3/4 by 8.5. Fold it in half. And a lot of times, a simple card can be just stamped on the card, but it always looks nicer if you stamp it on a layer. And if you stamp it on a layer, which is what we're going to do, then if you make a mistake, if it just doesn't turn out the way you want it, then you don't have to waste that whole card. You just get rid of the piece that you made a mistake on. Okay, so I know that's out of. So this is going to be our layer, but I'm going to cut it again when I'm done, just so that I have. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to open my ink. I'm sorry, I should have told you, but I also have the Hello Ladybug stamp set. Has everything in it to make these beautiful cards. So we're going to take lemon lime and this leaf stamp and stamp it a little crooked like that. Pretty. Clean it off a little. Use Coastal Cabana ink. And overlap the leaves a little bit. And now that you have the leaves overlapped, I'm going to close these. That's what I'm going to do, so that I don't accidentally stick my fingers in it, which is something I would really do. I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4, and I already put my fingers in it. By 4, and I put my fingers in it right there, but I'm going to cover that up with the sentiment, so I'm not going to worry about it. Then I previously punched a ladybug, and I'm going to put it on this card with 2 dimensionals. So here's a ladybug. I just punched it out of black ink. black paper. And he also needs some wings. Or she needs some wings. So we will put some wings, which I've also punched out. And then our sentiment, I will put it on here. And it says, "You can bug me anytime." Just like that. And I think I'm just going to glue it down. Like so. I'll cover up that little ink spot that I made. Now I'm going to get my card. And I'm just going to layer it on there. There we go. Basic card. Right there. Basic card. You can bug me anytime. So the next card on here was a black piece of paper, cardstock, which I forgot to get. I'm getting that now. Of everything I needed a black piece of paper and I didn't have it. So I'm going to cut it also at 5.5 and have 2 cards. One, I cut it at 5.5 on the 11-inch side. 5.5 and 5.5 is 11. Going to fold it over. You know, if I score it for some reason, if I make a mistake in the cutting is off and I score it, it just doesn't come out the way I want it. So the next piece we are going to make is 5.25 by 4, so it can layer on top like that. And what we're going to do on this one, to step it up a little bit, we're going to make those same leaves on here. And I'm going to use, the last color I used was Coastal Cabana. So I didn't like the way the stamp came out. So I have this stampin pad. It's a foam pad that Stampin' Up! Sells. I use this one for stamping only. And it'll help it. I'll show you. These stamps, I think they're photopolymer stamps. They go much better on the stamp pad, and I don't want to get ink on it, so I'm going to put it scrap paper. And what they did on this card is they stamped off the leaf off the card a little bit, so you see it's stamped off, and that's okay. I'm going to clean it off, and I'm going to put the lemon lime, put it over here like that. You see it gives it a much nicer print with the matte underneath. Then I'm going to take a pretty, oh, let me close these up. I think I'm going to use daffodil and flirty flamingo. And what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to use the flower. I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on my card, so it's a lot lighter. And there we go. And I'm going to use the daffodil with the daisy that's in the stamp set also. I'm also going to stamp this off and put it right there. You can see it. And then I'm going to take a ladybug. Oh wait, let me close these up. Always close up your ink pad so you don't stick your finger in them. And then you probably will stick your fingers in them anyway. So we're going to take that ladybug and put some dimensionals on it so he's actually raised up. Little ladybug. And this time I have, in the stamp set, they have these little dots. The dots go perfectly in the wings of the punch. So there's the punch. I wanted to show you how easy it is to work it. We will do it again in a minute. And then the sentiment, once again, is you can bug me anytime. And I didn't like that, so I flipped it over and did it a second time. I still didn't like that one. I'm going to need one for the last card, so I'm going to stamp it right now. If I can get it straight. I still didn't get it straight. Okay, steady hand. Straight. Okay, that'll work, I guess. Does not have to be perfect. We'll put that over there. You can bug me anytime was good here. And this time, I think I'm going to flag the end. So what I did was cut down the middle of the paper and then cut from the side to the side. And we'll glue it right on. You can bug me anytime. And then it's going to be glued onto our black cardstock. There we go. Card complete. However, you do also want to put the inside of a card that's dark like that. You won't be able to write in a card if the inside is dark. So you can, but before we do that, it would be really cute to take this daisy stamp or that stamp and add them to the inside as well. I think I will do this one. And just on the corner there and on the corner there. Now I have a pretty inside, and I didn't stamp off that time. So the inside looks pretty too now. And glue. There we go. Stepped up. This one would also look really nice with a couple of these little rhinestones. I'm going to put a couple of rhinestones on here. Just a couple. Like maybe 3. There we go. So, card number 1. Card number 2, stepped up. How can you step it up anymore? Well, let me show you. So we're going to take, I'll just set this off to the side. I know we're going to stamp some more. I won't set it off to the side. I'm going to flip this over. We're going, not going to use that one. We're going to use a 5.5 of white folded over at 4 1/4, and then I have found a black and white piece that I'm going to put on here like that. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Forgive me for saying go ahead, because I hate saying that. Try not to say that. That's what I try not to do. Then this piece right here will go in the middle. And on their card, they angle cut it. You can angle cut it if you want to. And to get it, I think they used a die cut to cut it that way. But I think I want to just leave it like this. So this piece is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and that's what we're going to stamp on. So what I'm going to stamp is some of those pretty flowers, and we will stamp off and stamp on, stamp off, stamp on, stamp off, stamp on, stamp off, stamp on, and I'm going to do a third one right there. It'll probably get hidden. So that's the majority of the right hand corner. Then I'm going to take the daisies. I'm going to close this up. That's what I'm going to do. I'll just put it back. Then I'm going to take this daffodil and I'm going to stamp some flowers. But I'm going to stamp off and stamp on. Stamp off and stamp on. You can barely see them, but I can see them. Stamp off. Stamp on. We're creating our own paper right now. Then there's this little teeny tiny stamp that has the center, so I'm going to stamp that right in the center of my daisies. Like that. That looks cute. And then I'm going to take my leaf and close up my daffodil, open the lemon lime And I'm going to show you a little trick. Can you see this? Can you see? Okay. Let's get a little closer. Okay. I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to try it anyway. And what I'm going to do is stamp it in the lemon lime twist. And then I'm going to roll the edge in Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to stamp it on top of those flowers. You have a little bit of color to it. Let's try that again. And not, like I said, I'm not really good at it, but it's the point. And then I did 2, and I previously stamped a third one. Like I said, not the best stamping, but I previously stamped one, and I'm going to just cut it out, fussy cut, and put it on my card. Moving the paper as I cut, not moving the scissor really. Actually, it looks like I am moving the scissor. I'm moving the scissor because I'm doing a wave, but I'm also turning the paper, like so. And that's a fussy cut leaf. I'm going to put dimensionals on the top of that. And add it to the card. If I can get these papers off. There we go. And then I'm going to take a piece of vellum like this. I'm going to take my Poppy Parade ink, and the stamp set has a leaf. Well, those aren't a leaf. They look like a leaf. They're the wings to the butterfly. Ladybug. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to ink them up. And I'm going to look at my punch. My punch goes like this. So I will put it in like that. I don't like that, so I'm going to do it again. There we go. I want 2 ladybug wings. Close up my red. Put them in the punch. I'm going to have to cut this a little. It won't allow me to do it. Okay. Ladybug vellum wings. If the first one would have worked, it would have been better. Oh well. Ladybug vellum wings. Now I have 2 vellum wings. And I have 1 ladybug, but I'm going to need 2. So I put a little piece of black here. Simple. Punch the ladybug. And ladybug will, this one, we'll put dimensionals on the back, like that. And my fingers are going numb. We'll have this ladybug here. And this ladybug here. We'll put a little bit of glue right along the wings. This dries clear, so you won't see it. And another wings. Looking cute so far. That's really stepped up, isn't it? And of course, the "you can bug me anytime." But what I'm going to do is highlight it with some red. And I'm going to cut it at 1/2 inch. Half an inch. We will glue it onto the red. Like that. I kind of like it like that. And cut it straight. Then we are going to put it on the card like that. And then we are going to put it on this card. I wanted to make sure it was straight. And I'm just going to glue it down straight. So now we have stepped up the card a second time. And I'm also going to add a couple more of these on here. Always looks pretty with a little bit of extra bling. So here we go. Card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. So you can continue to add, and this one is stepped up even on the inside. Have fun creating, and thank you for watching.